Yo, welcome to the Cosmic Paradox channel. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace. What's going on out there? Know thyself and Cosmic Paradox family. What's going on? Peace and love and everybody out there. It's your girl, Cosmic Paradox, as most of you know me, and as some of you may know me, Rakia. But it's my pleasure to be back presenting some information to you all today. It's been a little minute, but we're gonna keep it rocking how we do, right? So I got some interesting things I kind of wanted to kind of talk about, because honestly, no matter what a topic matter or what a topic or a theme may be within a discussion, there is so many things that can be brought forth with those conversations. Because when you have conversations and you pretty much let spirit take the lead on those conversations, then spirit has a way of revealing sometimes very powerful messages that may not have even been initially included, or something that was even expected to be talked about. So it's important that I do take the time and sit down and make these videos, or when I sit down and do these lives, because it's current, it's spiritual current. You literally speaking as a vessel, relaying spiritual knowledge and information. So me doing my duty, that is my duty, as in what I present and express to the world. That is my purpose. That is me living out my purpose. So it's important that, just for the sake of my own spiritual health, to be in the awareness of what my purpose is and to act accordingly. So that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm doing. So I wanted to talk about pioneering, right? Pioneering in your spiritual journey. And it was so interesting in how this just came to me, pioneering your path of self, because that's what you're doing. You're pioneering. You are adventuring. You are exploring. When you're doing shadow work, when you are exploring the depths of yourself, you are going places, some very far away places, like traveling to own lands within yourself. So the nature of a thing, regardless of the fact of it being spiritual or being inner, still requires the same tools. It still requires, or it still has the same nature about it. And this is a good way to expand on how we understand energy. And what I mean by that is, when you think about a pioneer, or when you think about pioneering, or when you think about someone exploring or adventuring through something new, that energy can present itself in a multitude of ways. And how this hit me was the correlation of entrepreneurship and how similar it can be to the path of self-awareness. Why? Because you are dealing with the same type of energy. And this energy can be described different ways. Now, if we were to look into the astrological system of explaining energies, we will see that energy as the Aries energy, because the Aries is the pioneer. The Aries is the first. It is the energy that it is can be first at doing things, right? Can be, also it can correlate to, if we were to, let's break that down a little further, because that can, right? It can also correlate to in the tarot. We were looking at the tarot system. This would be the Emperor's energy. This would be the energy of the Emperor, because of what that particular energy entails and what it requires of you and what it can be saying if you were to be doing a reading. How can it be interpreted? So when you're looking at the Emperor card, it correlates to the Aries energy. And what I'm trying to say in understanding all this is why when it comes to something like astrology, and why I broke down and did shadow work in connection with astrology, is because astrology is a system. And it's something that we are all kind of pretty much familiar with. And it's also very spiritual and it's very symbolic. It's one of the oldest forms. It's actually the most original of the religions that there is. So why not utilize astrology when pretty much every religion that we currently or in modern times really deal with correlate to astrology? So it's a means of kind of hacking into your mind to pretty much rewire what it is in how you think, in the way that you think, in the way that you interpret. Because if you're thinking about it, pioneering through yourself, this path of self, this journey of self, is a very individual path. It's a very selfish path. It correlates a lot when you're looking at Aries and how this energy can be the same or similar. The Emperor, this is an assertive energy. This is an ambitious energy. This is an energy that goes out and starts or does something new. This is a courageous energy. So if you're looking at being an entrepreneur, especially considering most people come from people with trades and professions, so you have a lot of first-time entrepreneurs who face similar struggles as people dealing along the path of self. You start to realize you don't really have confidence. You start to realize you're not really taught how to function as an individual. You start to realize these things once you really start to explore the depths of yourself. But the willingness to explore requires courage. It requires courage. So you know that courage, this is the symbology behind the Chaos Warrior, your guide to my second book. The second book that me and my husband wrote, A Guide to Self-Mastery, a book for the Chaos Warrior, because we are operating in chaos. We have no instructions on how to do this. Nobody laid out which path we are supposed to take, because nobody can lay that out for you, because only you have the blueprint or have the map to your destiny. It is within you. It's not for nobody else to really truly tell you that. So all of these spiritual tools are for you to be able to understand what it is that is your purpose, that is what it is for you, that's here for you to do. So when you understand that, okay, this is a particular point in the journey, right? This is also a particular aspect of the personality, right? So you, at different moments in time, will encompass these different zodiac signs or the different energy associated with the zodiac signs, as well as the planets, because the planets still correlate and go back to you. Those planets still go back to you. There are moments in time that you are or you will express different aspects of your personality, because when anybody who truly does any in-depth study of the zodiac understands that you cannot know or determine who a person is just by knowing their sun sign, because there are so many other aspects to us, and when we exhibit those aspects, we aren't one-dimensional, right? And these are, so when you're looking at your zodiac, or when you're looking at your natal chart, when you're looking at your wheel, this is showing you what you are more acclimated to tune into. This is showing you your astrologic. This is showing you the frequencies that you are most potent or programmed to dial into and to interpret your reality based on these 12 disciples. Or do you understand what I'm saying? Because you don't see reality. Your mind tells you what it is that you see. Remember, I've shown you this before in terms of when you're looking at the sigil of understanding Lucifer being the light bearer. The light inside of your mind is what creates the visual for you. This is what tells you what you see. There is a black hole, or there is symbolically a black hole that light enters into your eyes, and it is refracted back to you of what it is that you see. Your brain is telling you what you see. That is why you create your reality. That's the synopsis behind understanding that you create your reality. The ancient Egyptians broke it down to you in the Eye of Heru, showing you that it was in connection to the brain. The hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the pineal gland. The glands of the body is not a coincidence that your chakras are connected to the glands. This isn't a coincidence. All of these things correlate. They are telling you about you. You run this shit. This is ultimately the realization of this path. You run this shit. It's not on no narcissistic type of shit and wanting to be worshipped. It is in understanding how you literally project your reality and how you are responsible for your reality. But with great power comes great responsibility. So now you have to be accountable because you don't have any external excuses, which is why this path requires courage. This is why it requires you to be a warrior, because you're not going to get a lot of applause a lot of times, especially not in the beginning. That's how it genuinely works. So when you're looking at these archetypes, and when you look at the Aries archetype, you see that it is the pioneer, the explorer, the combatant, the rescuer, the daredevil. This shit is scary. Just the same way in terms and sense as being an entrepreneur. If you're an entrepreneur, anybody out there that start a business, it's scary because you only dependent on yourself. The path of self in a spiritual sense is the same thing. You are coming back and owning all of how you are responsible. It is not something that is for everybody. So you have to remember that everybody can't wear the glasses. Everybody's not chosen to wear the glasses.
What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them. So I read